in social sciences, there's a holistic factor, but it can be taken to the broad aspects into individuals. And there's also, in biology, the fact of context, which can be taken if you're studying an organism, you have to know their environment.
There can be no objective analysis of the social sciences because certain variables are given extreme values and the descriptions can also be selective.
All the sciences, the concepts are idealized and the descriptions are selective.
Natural versus social. Who do you think won?
Sociology of knowledge.
Sociology of knowledge is essentially a phenomenon that your subconscious affects your perception of events and experiences. This can go for experiments as well. So say, for example, a tobacco company employed scientist is gonna be less likely to find evidence that supports the fact that tobacco does cause cancer, while someone who works on the consumer side would be more likely to find evidence that tobacco does cause cancer. And this isn't because they're consciously making the effort to skew the results, but their subconscious is affecting the way that they interpret facts and interpret results, therefore affecting the outcome of their experiment. Also, sociology of knowledge is the concept that your experiences and who you are at the present moment affects your perception. So an example for this would be a lady goes into a restaurant wearing diamonds and it's breakfast time. Someone says to her, it's vulgar to wear diamonds at breakfast time, and she says, well, that's exactly what I thought before I had any. So her mobility up the socioeconomic ladder essentially affects her perception of what is okay and what isn't okay in a social environment. Ma'am, didn't you know it was vulgar to wear diamonds in a breakfast setting?
Oh, that's exactly what I thought before I had any diamonds.
Cultural relativity of conceptual frameworks.
Welcome to our program, in which we will go about on an adventure, studying the different cultures across our world. Today, right now, we are in the wilderness, where a lot of people come and accumulate here, and passively spend their days. Let us go and see what they are doing.
I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song.
As you saw in the previous clip, a family is just taking a leisurely walk on a sunny day. If you live in a community that is considered low income, isn't considered very safe, such as a community that we have in Southern California, LA district, you know what I mean? You wouldn't take a walk with your family out in the open just in the daytime because that community isn't considered safe. So from your understanding and how you've grown up, you wouldn't understand why families would.
What we are about to encounter is a strange interaction between human beings. What are we seeing? They look as though they are touching each other. I think it's what they call a relationship. Maybe even the chemistry of love. You can even feel the aura vibrating off the very veins. What is this? Why are there relationships? Why are they so out in the open?
In the U.S., public affection is more accepted than it is in many other places of the world, such as the Middle East. In their culture, public displays of affection are pretty frowned upon and it's considered pretty shameful. So in the previous clip, we showed a couple walking and displaying their affection toward each other. In our culture, that seems okay, but in many cultures, they wouldn't understand why people would just do that walking down the street.
This is also a strange interaction between human beings once more. It looks as though they're playing a game, but right now they're just standing off. There they go. What is this? They are using a ball that seems to bounce across the wall. But what is the point of that? It just keeps coming back. Why? Why?
When it comes to physical activity, for instance, your culture may not foster physical interaction and physical competition among each other. Therefore, you wouldn't understand, like our host didn't understand the men playing handball. You wouldn't understand why they're doing that, why they would become passionate about winning or losing. You wouldn't understand just the social intricacies of physical competition and beating out an opponent. You wouldn't be able to have a scope of that.